there are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
Hey everybody, it's Brian from the Star Wars Canon Library, and you heard the man. There were stories and they're all true. I am so excited to be doing this video today because I've been waiting for a long time to be able to do this video. This is the one I've been waiting for. Today, the teaser trailer for Star Wars Rogue One dropped, and I just watched it about an hour ago. Actually, this is my second take on this recording. The first time I didn't record any audio, so anyway, trying to do this again. But I just watched the trailer like an hour and a half ago, and I'm still losing my freaking mind over it. I had to watch it again in between when I screwed up the first video and this one. Just to kind of do a refresher for what I saw and what exactly was in it. But before we get to the trailer, before we do a review and a breakdown of it, there's a couple things I want to tell you guys about. We are starting to do a lot more videos for the page. I know there was like a 3 or 4 month lull there where not a whole lot was coming out. Not even the Facebook page was getting updated that much. And that's mainly my fault. I had work was hell, and I was hardly ever home. I was on the road a lot. So now that I'm home, we can get some of these videos knocked out. And I'm actually still working on Battlefront right now. That's the one book I haven't finished yet. I finished everything else but Battlefront, and it was because I started it right before the whole workload came on to me, and it's been so long that I had to start the book over. So I was only like 3 or 4 chapters into it. So as soon as I get that done, I'm going to get a review knocked out for you guys. We're still keeping up on all the comics. We've still got first printings of every issue up there. Kanan just finished its last issue. We have that whole set. You know, we've got all the 5-issue runs so far. And yesterday I actually ordered Poe Dameron #1. It should be here next week sometime. That's the other thing. If you guys don't have a comic book store anywhere near you, for some reason, you know, just in case you live in one of those weird podunk towns, there's a website you can go to. It's Things from Another World. It's tfaw.com. Go there. I think it's a comic book store in Oregon. That's where I order all my stuff through, and I've never had a problem with them. Never. Matter of fact, they've sent me duplicates of comics before, and I didn't even know it. And I checked, and I hadn't paid for them, and they sent me duplicate. Like I got like Kanan issue 10. And then like 3 days later, I got Kanan issue 10 in the mail again. And I'm like, what in the world? But anyway, yeah, if you guys want to just order your comics online, the shipping's a little bit more. But you can also do a subscription on there where you type in the titles you want, and it automatically sends them to you and charges you for them as they come out. Or you can set it up where they send them to you all at the end of the month. So you get all your comics at once. It's a great website, man. If you guys are interested at all, check it out. I think we've got the link to the Facebook page right now. It's on a Shop Now button or something like that, if I remember right. But anyway, I just ordered Poe Dameron #1. I'm excited to get that one. That's the comic that's taking over for Kanan. Kanan was supposed to be an ongoing series, and Poe Dameron, I guess, shook the world so much with his character that everybody wanted a Poe Dameron comic. So I don't freaking know. Also, next week, finally, we're getting the C-3PO one-shot comic, the 1-issue run of C-3PO that explains how he got his freaking red arm. It's about freaking time, man. This comic was supposed to come out on December 3rd of last year. And then it got pushed back to the day after, or no, the week after The Force Awakens came out. And then it got pushed back to February. Then it got pushed back to March. Now it comes out next week. And if they push it back one more time, I'm giving up on it. I'm just, oh my God, I want that comic so bad. But anyway, it's supposed to be coming out next week, so we'll get a review out for that one as well. But without further ado, also we got, which side's it on? I think it's on this side, yeah. We got the Blu-ray for Force Awakens now. We actually went and got to Best Buy and got the Steelbook to match the other Blu-rays, the Steelbooks that we got several months ago. So, I mean, we're keeping up on all this stuff. So far, so good, and it's all going great. So, we're going to be knocking out videos like crazy here before long. I'm not sure what Andrew's schedule is going to be looking like, but if he can't be here, I will be doing a video at least, and I'm going to see if I can get Kirsty to do a couple of them with me. She's actually up doing stuff for my work right now so that I can do this. Hope my boss ain't watching. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the trailer that came out today, the Star Wars Rogue One trailer, the trailer we've all been excited to see, the trailer we've heard rumored about for so long, about certain scenes being in it and this and that, and then and then we had a leaked one come out a few weeks ago, and it turned out to be bogus, and if it I think it was bogus, and if it was real, Disney's like, screw it, and we got to come up with a new trailer, and they put together this jewel. All right, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, I'm breaking the trailer down. It's just a trailer. You need to go watch it. Go on YouTube right now and look it up. Odds are, if you're clicking on this video, you've already seen the trailer. Now, I'm still trying to figure out how to get the video in the bottom corner of the screen. So if anybody knows any programs or anything that does that, let me know. We're still trying to get our audio stuff set up, and we're trying to come up with a format on how we want to do things. And we're trying to find our stride for you guys. We don't want to copy anybody else on YouTube. We want to do our own thing. You know, we kind of want to stand apart a little bit. You know, we're small right now, but we're hoping to get bigger. So if you guys have any suggestions, anything you want us to talk about in the new canon, just let me know. I've read everything up there so far. I'm a canon guru. What can I say? I can't help it. Anyway, I live in Kansas. I am our town's Star Wars junkie, to be completely honest, and it's pretty sad. But anyway, on to this trailer. So this trailer opens in the Rebel base, all right? In the Rebel base, I'm assuming it's the one we see from A New Hope, all right? And we see Felicity Jones, and she's being taken to, I guess, court-martial, what, I don't know, but there's Rebel soldiers taking her, and the Rebel soldiers look absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the base looks phenomenal. There's an X-Wing in the background. I mean, it looks so freaking good. This is the prequel that we should have gotten in 99, all right? So, one of the things I want to talk about this Rebel base, all right? They went all out and built this thing. And from what I heard, they went back and looked at reference photos of A New Hope and you know, set photos, stuff like that, and the movie itself, and got down to the smallest detail possible. I mean, this thing, it's great. I mean, the amount of detail that they are paying this movie based off of the classics is blowing my freaking mind. Because I'll give you an example. We all know Vader's going to be in this movie, Vader and Tarkin. Vader has got like 6 or 7 stunt suits for this movie. So he's not just going to stand there with his hands on his belt. He's actually doing something. They went as far, because I don't know how many of you guys know this. In the classic trilogy, Vader's mask was never symmetrical. Where the sides are the same. It was never symmetrical. It was always asymmetrical. One side was always different than the other. And once you see it, it can't be unseen. Like, it stands out like a sore thumb. Then when you get to episode 3, when they made the new Vader suit for Hayden Christensen, they actually laser cut one that was symmetrical. And it even with it being perfect, it didn't look right. It didn't look like Vader. I mean, that's symmetrical, and we can tell it's Vader, but I can tell that's not a classic trilogy Vader. I mean, his lightsaber's a dead giveaway. You know, his mask is a dead giveaway. It's just, it's weird. But anyway, they're going as far in Rogue One that the Vader suit is asymmetrical. Like, the mask is actually screwed up. Okay, I mean, think about how many times Vader's had that mask screwed up in the new just in the new canon alone so far. Not counting EU, like the Force Unleashed. Not counting that crap. I'm just counting the canon. All right, Lords of the Sith, he got messed up. Rebels season 2 finale, Ahsoka cut the crap out of that mask, dude, where his eyes exposed. You know, I mean, that's not his first Vader mask, and you know he's repaired that thing several times. So I mean, they're going as far as to, I mean, that. Okay, I mean, they're putting so much detail into this movie. It's insane, and it's actually heartwarming to think about it. I mean, to a degree, this is the movie I've been wanting. You know, I mean, I was excited for Episode 7, and I'm more excited for Rogue One. Granted that it is a different kind of excitement. When 7 was coming out, that was the excitement that, oh my God, we're getting a new Star Wars movie, because we hadn't had one since like 1985, because the prequels never existed in my book. But anyway, that was the first Star Wars movie we were getting in years, you know, and that was something special, especially with what it was. And now with Rogue One, we are one movie into this new franchise already. We are already wading out into the water of Disney owning Star Wars. And now we're coming up on our second one. And I'm more excited for this one than I was Episode 7. Like, I cannot contain my freaking excitement about this movie. All right. But anyway, back to the trailer, back to what we were talking about. But then we see a shot of a character that we all know and love from Return of the Jedi, Mon Mothma. All right. Now, as soon as I saw this trailer, I had to go back and look just to be sure, but I part of me already knew. This is the same actress that played Mon Mothma in the deleted scenes of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. It is the same actress. Now, granted, those scenes were cut, and technically they are not canon. Deleted scenes, unless they're in a novelization somewhere, are not canon. The deleted scenes for Episode 7 that were on the Blu-ray are all canon. They were all in the book. So those all did happen. But as far as Episode 3 goes, those scenes never happened. All right? So they bring this actress from Episode 3 in to play Mon Mothma, who nailed it the first time around in the prequels, and just crushed it. I mean, she was only in 1 or 2 scenes, but still, I mean, this is the new quintessential Mon Mothma. I mean, she plays the character perfectly, and she looks like her. Even the costume is perfect, and they're focusing on Mon Mothma a lot more in this new canon stuff. She was the one in Moving Target that sent Leia on her mission to be the decoy, to get the Empire away from the Rebel fleet while they were amassing to assault the second Death Star. She's the one that sent Leia on that mission. She's in Aftermath like 2 or 3 times, I think. But then in the novelization, well, no, it wasn't the novelization of 7. What was it? It was Before the Awakening. And the book Before the Awakening, when it has Poe's story, Leia comes to Poe and asks him to be part of the Resistance because he's such a good pilot, and he was on the Republic fleet, and Mon Mothma was there during that meeting when she asked Poe Dameron to be part of the Resistance. And Mon Mothma's starting to pop up here and there, and what's great is they have an actress that if they need to put her in the movie somewhere, if that character is necessary to the story, excuse me, they can use her now. And I mean, they could even go back to 7 and use the original actress for Mon Mothma if they need to. They've got a young Mon Mothma and an old Mon Mothma. Like, they can literally use her anywhere in the timeline now they want. Same with Obi-Wan. Like, for those of you guys that don't know, which I'm assuming you do, Obi-Wan and Yoda's voices were in The Force Awakens in the whole vision scene with Rey. That was Ewan McGregor, and that was Alec Guinness. They actually took a part of one of his lines from Episode 4 to make it sound like he was saying Rey's name, and put that in there. And then they had Ewan McGregor voice the "These are your first steps." Like, that was Ewan McGregor. So anyway, but now that they have these new actors and actresses that can pull off these classic roles, they can essentially do anything. They really can. But anyway, back to the trailer. One of the things that kind of stood out during this trailer was the scene where they're putting the dish into the Death Star, the ion cannon into the Death Star. Now, first off, just look at this. That looks like a model of a Death Star. I mean, that looks like it came right out of Episode 4. But one of the things that I found kind of interesting, and it's kind of bugging me now that I'm thinking about it, is everybody's making a big deal about the continuity thing with Mon Mothma. And, excuse me. And there's a continuity problem here. It's probably nothing. I'm probably reading into it too far. They're probably going to explain it off. I don't freaking know. But anyway, if you look at the Death Star from Star Wars Episode 3, when Vader and Tarkin and the Emperor are watching it being built, the dish is already like half done. It's not finished by any means, but it's already half done. And I don't know if they replaced it or if it was like a placeholder for this dish until they got it done to put it in. I don't know. What I do want to see in this movie, though, is I want to see them stay true to what they've already done in the canon so far. And that is this. In the canon so far, the Death Star was built around the planet Geonosis. The planet from Episode 2 where, where Obi-Wan tracked Jango Fett to. That red dust ball where the Clone War kicked off, that was Geonosis. For those of you that don't know, sorry, I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence. But that was the planet that the Death Star was actually built around. If you read the book Tarkin, at the end of the book, he's placed in charge of that project. And he's on his way to Geonosis, and they've got the ball part of it finished, like the sphere finished. It's not done by any means. It's not fully operational, but it can move. And the very last part of the Tarkin book is it moving out of Geonosis' orbit. I want to see them Well, I guess it wouldn't make sense now, though, that I think about it, because if they're down to just a dish being finished. But anyway, the other thing that irks me a little bit is that Mon Mothma tells Felicity Jones's character there's a weapons test that's going to happen, and we need you to stop it. In episode 4, when they tested the Death Star, unless they had tested it once before, which I don't think they did, simply because Tarkin said, we will test this ultimate power on your home planet of Alderaan. He decided Alderaan kind of on a whim, just because Leia wouldn't give up information during the interrogation scene. That was kind of on a whim. So how did Mon Mothma know there was going to be a weapons test, unless the Empire planned it, and then it just never happened? I mean, unless Felicity Jones actually did stop it, which is kind of a spoiler now if you think about it, which is the problem with prequels. But anyway, I digress. I'm probably reading too far into it. I don't freaking know. But then we see a shot in this trailer of the AT-ATs, all right, and on the beach, shooting. Oh, okay. They look a little different than what they did in Empire, but this is 4 or 5 years, 6 years, something like that before Empire. So technology would have advanced. They would have updated them a little bit, but that's understandable. But that is going to be freaking sweet, all right. And for the record, those aren't called AT-ATs. They're called AT-ATs, okay? This is one of my biggest Star Wars pet peeves ever, all right? Everybody's like, it's the AT-AT. Okay, well, what do you call the AT-ST then? The little chicken walker. What do you call that? Okay, do you call it an AST? No, it is an AT-ST. So you refer to the AT-AT as AT-AT, okay? I even got pissed off when I was watching the special features for the episode 7, and J.J. Abrams referred to it as an AT-AT. I just paused it, and I put my head down, and Kirsty goes, what? And I go, I thought J.J. would be different. And then I told Andrew about it, and he's like, you were my brother, JJ. I'm like, oh, geez, I lost it. But anyway, it's not an AT-AT. It is an AT-AT. Stop being lazy. Pronounce it the way it's meant to be freaking pronounced, okay? That's worse than George Lucas saying Jedis or laser sword or Naboo. No. It is not an AT-AT. It is an AT-AT, okay? Just wanted to throw that out there. Just wanted to clear the air on that. That's been bugging me forever. I just wanted to get it out there. So anyway, the shot of the AT-ATs, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's great to see that they're. I mean, you could blatantly tell they were CG, but who gives a crap? I mean, if you had done the claymation, not the claymation, the stop motion, AT-ATs, I'd have lost my mind. I would have been more excited just for that alone than what I am now, and I'm pretty damn excited. I'm hiding half a chub just thinking about this freaking movie, okay? So, anyway, this trailer, I know a lot of people are pissed off because it's another female lead. Who cares? If it fits the story, do the story, okay? I don't care if it's a female lead, okay? And all these people are like, oh, the Han Solo movie will probably have a female Han Solo in it. No. Disney knows what the hell they're doing, okay? And the fact that they have another female lead, so what if it's the first 2 movies have female leads? Big deal. And well, first 3, because 8's going to have a female lead in it too. It's going to be Daisy Ridley again. But who cares? I mean, who cares? That's sexist, okay? That's bull crap, okay? Women can be major roles in Star Wars too, okay? Look at Princess Leia. All right, in the classic trilogy, she was one of the lead roles in that, and nobody had a freaking issue with that because she had 2 men next to her to cancel her out. So nobody cared. But God forbid you've got, and nobody really cared about Daisy Ridley leading Episode 8 either because there were Poe Dameron and Finn were there to cancel her out. But now you've got the main character of Star Wars Rogue One going to be a female. And everybody's losing their freaking mind, okay? And it makes no sense. Like people make no sense. They can't make up their mind one way or the other. It's like we went and saw Batman v Superman a couple weeks ago. I didn't like it. I did not care for Batman v Superman at all. That movie, it wasn't like Green Lantern bad, but it just I didn't like it. And some of the problems I had with it, I showed it to my buddy Chris. I pulled it up online and I was showing him the scene where Batman and Superman were fighting again. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why did this happen? How did he know that? And you're right. This doesn't make any sense. I mean, people actually need to sit back and analyze what the hell they're actually saying. Okay? spoiler alert, there's going to be a spoiler here in case you haven't seen Batman v Superman yet. Odds are you have, but there's going to be a little bit of a spoiler here. It's nothing big, but okay, so you've been warned. All right, skip ahead 2-3 minutes, whatever, but be warned. There's a spoiler for, and I know this is a Star Wars channel, but there's a Batman Superman spoiler coming. All right, Man of Steel comes out, and everybody gets pissed off because Superman breaks one neck. All right, he kills General Zod. All of us know that. He did it in the comics too, but everybody's like, "Oh, Superman doesn't kill. Why is why is everybody so mad? Why is everybody okay with it?" But man, freaking Batman murders motherfuckers left and right, and Batman v Superman, like his body count was like 50 some odd people, and nobody freaking says a word about that, and he breaks his one rule. But anyway, that can relate to that's the end of the spoiler. Okay, so that relates back to Star Wars. Like, people are okay with something if it's this way, but if it's this movie and they do the same thing, they're not okay with it. It makes no sense. I mean, people really need to stop and analyze what they're going to say before they say it. Think about their thought process before they actually fully think it through. Okay? And I'm guilty of that too. Like, I walked out of Batman v Superman. As soon as I walked out, I was like, dude, that was great. That was awesome. And then on the drive back from Wichita, I'm like, no, that movie wasn't that good. No, that kind of sucked. I mean, another spoiler, sorry. And it's not because Superman got his ass kicked. I mean, I'm a Superman fan. I've got like 50 some odd Superman shirts in my closet over there. But it was just the movie itself that didn't make any sense. But anyway, back to Star Wars. I'm sorry, guys. I went off on a little rant there. I had to get that out. But anyway, people are okay with things one way and not the other. And it's just hypocritical. So, I mean, anybody who tells you that they're upset about the female the female lead role in Rogue One, that's just sexist. It is. It fits the story. You get the actor or actress that fits the story the best. You don't do the opposite. It's no big deal. So don't listen to any of these naysayers that's talking about, oh, hey, look, Disney's pushing the whole woman thing to appeal to women. Oh, no, they're just trying to level the playing field is all they're trying to do. And it's refreshing to see for once. I mean, I'm one of the biggest Star Wars fans ever, and I have no problem with a female lead role. Okay, and then everybody's saying, "Oh, we got another anorexic British actress," And okay, first off, Daisy Ridley was not anorexic. Yes, she's thin, but she's not anorexic by any means. All right. I've got a buddy who just saw Star Wars Episode 7 for the first time, like last week when the digital came out, who is in love with Rey. Like, it's creepy. Like, it's unfreaking natural. Like, it's just weird. But anyway, and then you see Felicity Jones. She's not anorexic by any means. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you serious? And who cares if they're British actors? Who gives a crap where they're from? Superman's a British actor. The new Man of Steel, Henry Cavill, he's freaking British. He hides it well. You wouldn't even know it by watching a Superman movie. Who cares where they're from? Hugh Jackman was Wolverine. He's British. He plays a Canadian. I mean, what does it freaking matter what accent they have or where they're from? It makes no difference whatsoever. None. Alec Guinness in the original Star Wars, he was British. I mean, so what? British actors kick ass. I can think of more British actors that are good actors than I can American actors. Don't let any of this crap stand in your way of enjoying Star Wars Rogue One, because I can tell you right now, I am so excited for Rogue One. I'm more excited for Rogue One than I was for 7. And this is going to be freaking great, man. This is going to be something special. This is going to be great. So if you guys haven't seen the trailer yet, go watch it. You do yourselves a favor and watch it. You guys are going to love it. All right. Just don't listen to these naysayers. Don't jump on the bandwagon. Don't fall into their little traps. Okay. Don't listen to the negativity. Stay positive about this. Okay. Because there's a lot of negativity surrounding episode 7 too at one point. People saying they were going to boycott it unless they brought George Lucas back and crap like that. And look at how special episode 7 turned out to be. Episode 7 was a life event for us. That was another cultural phenomenon in the same franchise that happened 30, 40 years ago. All right. So guys, stay positive about this. It's going to be great. I promise you. Go watch the trailer. Do yourselves a favor. All right. Hey, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. So if you guys are just finding this video and you don't know about what we do, this is the Star Wars Canon Library. I've been keeping track of every single issue of every comic and of every book of everything. And it's all in chronological order right here. And you can start at the beginning. Where is it? Right there. You can start at the beginning and work your way down, right down the timeline. All right. So if you guys are interested in finding out a little bit about what the new canon's looking like, and and if you're confused about what's canon, what's not canon, we've got another video I did last week about what is and what isn't canon. I went down the timeline and explained everything. We do have a Facebook page you can visit. Make sure you give us a like, man. It is facebook.com/Star Wars Canon Library. Canon is CONON, not CONNON. It's one N in the middle. Make sure you guys give us a like, man. And come over, we're constantly updating the comic covers, and I'm putting reviews up for all this stuff now. Make sure you guys give it a like. We're trying to stay up on it more now than what we had been in the past. So, just bear with us. We're still, like I said, we're still trying to find our stride. What format we want to take, how we want to do this, what was some of the other things we want to do. And like I said, we don't want to copy anybody else. We want to stand apart and be our own entity. You know what I mean? It's going to be fun. Trust me, we're going to have some fun. Make sure, if you guys like the page, make sure you share us with your friends, especially if they're big Star Wars fans, or if they still think the EU is canon, and they need a lesson. Send them to the page, send them to some of our videos, and if you guys have any suggestions about videos you want, or, or you want to know something in particular, if something has happened in the new canon yet, if something's been explained yet in the new canon, don't be afraid to ask. We've got an email address set up. It is StarWarsCanonLibrary@gmail.com. Feel free to send us an email anytime. We've also got a Twitter. It is @SWCanonLibrary. Just send us a message on Facebook. I don't care. Just anything. Get a hold of us if you have any questions. I am more than willing to answer them. But if you guys are curious about what canon materials we go based off of, it's all on the page. It's all on the timeline on the Facebook page. It's all in chronological order. We update it every chance we get. The only things that aren't on that timeline yet are the Han Solo movie, because I'm not sure exactly where it's going to fall into place yet, and the Boba Fett movie. I'm not sure where that's going to fall into place yet. But Rogue One's on there. Episodes 8 and 9 are both on there also. But we've got everything up here. The only two books that are missing from up here are Dark Disciple and Tarkin, and it's because they're at Andrew's house right now. So I got to get those back from and put back up here. But guys, make sure you visit us. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If not, give it a thumbs up and like it anyway, dude. Really appreciate it. Make sure you share us and get us out there. We're trying to get the name out there a little bit. We're trying to educate the Star Wars population on what is and isn't canon if they don't know already. And because there's a lot of good stuff up there already. What's out so far isn't as good as what the EU was, but they're well on their way. They really are. Some of these books up here, like Lost Stars, right now is the best book, other than the Bane trilogy that is not canon. Other than that, that is the best Star Wars book ever written. I'm not even joking. Speaking of Darth Bane, if you guys have read Darth Bane, this is my own personal mission. If you guys have read Darth Bane and you loved it as much as I did, we need to start pushing to make these stories canon. They would fit right in with the timeline. It wouldn't affect anything else up there. So we really need to push to make the Bane trilogy canon. I would put them on the canon shelf in a heartbeat. And if you haven't read them, go back and read the Bane trilogy. It is so good. It is about the Sith Lord Darth Bane, who started the rule of 2 for the Sith. And he wipes... Oh my god, it's so good. It's mind-blowing. But anyway, read that trilogy. And until next time, guys, may the Force be with you.